Who did this to you? Yes, do it again. Do it again. Please excuse my bonnet. Like, I have a bun on underneath. I'm hypocritical. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for today's video, which I say that in every single video, but it's because I am actually excited for it. But today's video, I'm going to be doing a reading vlog. I am going to be reading 3 books from different genres, and I'm excited. Originally, this video was supposed to be like reading the best books of 2025, reading Goodreads Choice winners of 2025, but there's so many things that happened when creating this video. I read 2 books for this video, hated the footage, so I'm not putting that in. And then I read another 2 books for this video, and then by the time I got to the 5th book, then I just wasn't in the mood for it anymore. Like, I just could not read it. And I don't want to like DNF the book. I want to soft DNF it, and I don't want to hate it. So I'm like, okay, to do that means I cannot read this right now. I have to wait for a time where I'm in the mood for it. So that's what we're doing, and I ended up picking a different book to read that isn't in the Goodreads Choice, wasn't a contender for the best of 2025, but I read it, and you will see me read it because I am reading this. I am filming this in the present, and that was filmed in the past, which doesn't even make any sense because to you, this is all in the past. So like, what am I even talking about? Anyway, let's just get into the video. The first book that I read was The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. So you can see my thoughts in real time. For once ever, this is just, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about, but let's just get into the video. Okay, so I have started The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig, and honestly, I'm not that far into the book. You guys just saw me start it, but I'm like literally 11 pages in. So I don't really have any thoughts as of right now, but this book was one of the top romantasy picks for Goodreads. I looked at the list, and this was the 3rd one on the list. The first one was Onyx Storm, which I did read Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, and I did like Fourth Wing a lot. Then I read Iron Flame and I didn't really like it, so I decided to I'm not gonna continue that series. And the second one was Alchemized. Alchemized is like 1,000 pages long. Like, I'm not gonna read that in this video. Basically, my understanding of what the story is about is there's a girl and she can see visions through dreams. Her name is Sybil. Specifically bad omens on people, like she can see it or something along those lines. And there's a knight, and the knight has to help her find her sisters. I really don't know. I'm only 11 pages into the book. You guys saw me start it. I have no clue what's going on, but I am going to continue to read some more tonight. I probably will switch to my trusty Kindle. I was able to get the Libby copy of this book, thank God, because I cannot I love owning books and having physical media and physical copies of them, but I will say when it comes to holding and laying in bed with this a hardcover physical book, I cannot do it. I literally cannot do it. I have to do the Kindle. I just have to. So I'm happy that it's on Libby. So this is the first book you're gonna see me read in this video, which, you know, I'm gonna put all you Goodreads voters who actually do it, thankful for you. I always get the notifications to do it, never do. Maybe this year I will. At the end of the year, maybe I'll have some very strong opinions and feelings on some books, but I always have strong opinions and feelings on books, but I just never end up voting in the Goodreads Choice. But I really am not even that into romantasy like I used to be. I feel like in 2023, I was into romantasy. I was reading so much romantasy, and then I just kind of fell off. I would say 2024, 2025, I kind of just, specifically 2025, I feel like I really fell off. I don't know what happened. Maybe I overloaded myself with romantasy. I don't know, but I do know that Goodreads said this one is one of the best ones. I'm gonna put it to the test and see, is this one of the best romantasy books of 2025? So I'm gonna get back to reading this. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to read this book, honestly, but we shall see. I haven't updated you guys this morning on this book, but I am 86 pages in, which is like almost 100 pages into the story. I do want to read a lot this morning. It's like 9:30, so it's not super early morning, it's like mid-morning at this point, but I do want to read a lot more. But I want to give you guys an explanation, a better explanation on the book, since I've read a lot more than I did last night. I think last night I updated you at 10 pages, so I do want to explain a little bit more. Basically, the story is about Sybil, who is a diviner. In Sybil's dreams, she can basically like see omens for people, and so there's 6 sisters, 6 diviners, and they all can do this. And we start off the book with Sybil, and she's telling a king what his omens are, if he has like bad omens or good omens or whatever the case might be. She's telling him that. But basically with Sybil, she doesn't really enjoy what she's doing, and neither do her sisters. And they have a contract that basically like after 10 years they can leave and they don't have to be a diviner anymore, which they are planning to leave. And they have 2 months left. But as the story progresses and where I'm at right now, the sisters are starting to go missing, and Sybil is going to need help from another person who is the knight of the king that she had previously met when she did the ceremony for the king. So that's kind of like the meat of the story. I feel like hopefully I explained that in a way that makes sense. As of right now, I am enjoying it. I think the plot is very interesting, and I feel like Rachel Gillig is doing a good job at balancing the plot and the romance. The romance is not started yet, but you can feel the tension a little bit between our 2 characters. It's not like a main portion of the story, but you can definitely feel where it's going to be a romance, which I am enjoying that part. But I'm also, like I said, enjoying the plot that's happening. It's very intriguing and interesting. It is a gothic fantasy, so it does have like those dark elements to it. One thing that I find to be so interesting about this book is that there's gargoyles who speak and they move, which is so crazy, because at first when I was reading the book, I was looking up, I had to look up on Pinterest to see if is a gargoyle like a name for something else, or is it an actual gargoyle that is a statue? And it is, but it talks and moves. Interesting. Never thought of anything like that, but I do find it intriguing. But I am gonna stop talking about this book and just get back to reading it. Like I said, I am gonna read for a little bit, so I'm gonna sit in here and read, which you'll see me probably do. Okay, let me tell you guys something real quick while I'm reading this book. This scene that just happened, you know the trope of who did this to you? Rachel Gillig just wrote it in a way where it's not cringe. It's not who did this to you. She changed it so it would hit different. He said which one marked up your face. We know that he's going to go after that one. I'm trying to be as vague as possible, but it's not who did this to you. It makes sense for the story, and I feel like this is what I needed in a romantasy. This is what I've been begging for. But I'm enjoying this book so much right now, genuinely enjoying it. Oh my gosh. There's a gargoyle that's nice. I don't know how else to say it, but he doesn't have a name, but he calls everyone Bartholomew. He doesn't have a name himself though. She just calls him the gargoyle. But he is the funniest character in the story. He is so funny, and he's definitely making the story more enjoyable. But I'm gonna keep reading because, like I said, I'm enjoying it so far, and I just want to keep reading this book. I really do just want to keep reading it. So good morning. I have not updated you guys in my whereabouts in this book at all since yesterday, and I want to say it was yesterday, 24 hours ago. That was the last time I updated you. I still have read, but I just stopped updating the vlog because basically what happened was I had to go clean my car off because we had a snowstorm. So I cleaned my car off. My car was stuck in snow, so I had to go shovel the snow out from underneath my car. A whole big ordeal. And then I came back in, and then I had to film another video. I filmed the video that's already up on my channel, which is the TBR jar pics. So I filmed that, edited that. That took me almost all day. I then read, and then I was I don't feel like looking at the camera anymore today. So I just kind of let it be. But I do have more thoughts on The Knight and the Moth. I'm now a little over 50% of the way through the book. I do want to finish this today. I checked, it says I have 4.5 hours left in the book, so I'm like, I think I could finish it today. But my thoughts, you want to know my thoughts so far? So far, the plot has really progressed since the last time. Actually, the plot really hasn't progressed that much since the last time I talked to you. Like, the girls are missing. We found out some stuff about our MMC and the king and like what they are doing to put a stop to certain things that are happening in the kingdom. Our FMC, she's kind of conflicted with going with them and helping find her sisters, or staying back and doing what she's always known. She's afraid to go against the grain, basically. But I feel like not much has changed from when I last updated you. The book, I feel like at first it had like really fast pacing, but I think it just kind of slowed down. But this is a fantasy book, so I'm sure it's slowing down because of whatever's gonna happen at the end. I don't know what's gonna happen at the end of this book because there's so many things being revealed. That's the thing about some fantasy books, when they're like going on quests to like find things. Sometimes that stuff can kind of feel like the book is slowing down, but so many things are being revealed about the world and like what is going on. To sum things up, I feel like things are kind of moving slower right now, but I do think they are going to speed back up once we hit a certain point in the book. I just don't know when. I do feel like the romance part has definitely taken the back burner, which is fine with me. So yeah, that's what's happening in The Night in the Moth so far. Like I said, I'm gonna keep reading it and you guys will see me read it for a little bit. Let's get back into the book. It always takes me a little bit longer to read a fantasy book than any other type of book, and I think it's because I have to continuously, like, no matter how many fantasy books I have read, I still have to like reread paragraphs to understand what's happening, because sometimes I'm like, these words, I don't even know what these words are. Like, they're words that like I've never heard of. Like, there was this one scene where our MMC was naming the armor. He was naming like the different types, like on her arm and all this stuff, like the different types of armor or whatever, or like places, or I don't even know. And I'm trying to pronounce these names. I'm like, I can't even fathom what this stuff is, and I'm not going to try. So I just say gibberish in my head and keep it pushing. But yeah, I'm gonna get back into this. The Night in the Moth, that's my update for this morning. I just have to say, like, I have to say, every time that romance part makes me ill. Like, every single freaking time the man in the book does something that I'm like, wow, I would have never thought that had me over here giggling. And I just got to a point where he did something and I'm like, I think I'm in love with you. I think I'm in love with you, and I think I need to somehow recreate you. And I just don't think, like, men in real life, if they did any of this stuff, I'd probably look at them and be like, yuck, disgusting. But the men in these books, they do it and I'm like, yes, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, but I'm not. I'm serious. I'm gonna get back to reading this because it's like the romance is like breadcrumbing me, and you know, I love that. I mean, the plot is good too. Like, I'm not just talking about the romance part, because I do feel like sometimes, like, when you're reading a romantasy, the romance is like really strong, but then the plot part like kind of falls flat, which makes the book kind of like, is it even romantasy if the fantasy part of it is not doing nothing for me? Both parts are equally good. Just a single girl who likes to read romantasy books. Like, I mean, escape the world for a little bit and go into these little fantasy worlds where the men are respectful. That's the part about fantasy books that is the least realistic. Actually, let's talk about it, because I'm about to start going. When people talk about fantasy books or fiction books in general, specifically romance or romantasy, I think every time, like, I'll be reading the book and the guy is so respectful, he loves women, like, he's like, women should be at the helm, essentially. And we know that this is the most fantasy fiction part of the story, because men in real life, don't get me started on that. Don't even get me started, because I'm gonna get irritated. Okay, let me just get back to my book, because I'll just start ranting in the mouth about this, and I don't even want to do that to y'all right now. I'm scared. I'm praying for these characters because I don't even know what's going to Hello, I have not updated you guys since I don't even know when. It was earlier in the day. But I sat there in that chair for so long and I finished The Night in the Moth. And I have so many thoughts on this book. truthfully, but one thing I will say is that there's one character that stole the show for me, and it was Bartholomew. Oh my gosh, I love that character so much. I love him to pieces, literally. Like, I want him to be real and for me to have one that's just like him, talking like him, cries like him. I want it all. I love him so much. Just the sweetest character I've ever read. Not ever, but like, you know what I mean. Like, I loved him. He made the story so good and so entertaining. He was like the comedic relief, and I loved that. I had a really good time reading this book. I found it to be so interesting. I feel like Rachel Gillig is really good at balancing that romance and fantasy plot. The fantasy plot progresses throughout the whole story. You never feel like it's lagging in that department. And the same thing goes with the romance. Like, you still feel that tension. It's still growing, and it doesn't lag in that department either. I feel like they're both separately their own thing. I feel like if you took the romance out, the book would still stand. And if you took the fantasy out, the book would still stand. Like, it's great. It's great. I think it's great. And so my overall review, I'm gonna give this a 4.5 star. I really enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting to rate it this high. I knew it was between a 4 and a 4.5. It wasn't quite a 5, and it was genuinely just because I didn't have that 5-star feeling. But I do think maybe the second book, I might have that feeling, because the way we leave off on this book, like, I need the second book right now today. I want to know what is going to happen in this book. I mean, in the next one. Because this one, the ending just took me out. Like, I just keep thinking about the ending. Now I'm gonna tell you guys my next read. I am excited for it. And I just got a message from Libby that I got the Libby copy of. So I don't have to worry about like holding the physical. Even though the physical copy isn't even that bad, but I love my Kindle. It's the best thing I've ever bought in my life. Like, no one can take that away from me. But the book is Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. I think this is her first book in the adult thriller genre. I did read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I read the trilogy. I finished it. I actually finished it last November, so it wasn't even that long ago. But I feel like this is a good book to read, so I am really interested to see how her adult fantasy is going to go. But the plot of this book follows a girl who is violently attacked one night, and she has to go to the hospital, and the doctor tells her that she has 7 days to live because she's going to die of a brain aneurysm. So she decides that she's going to try to find out who attacked her and who basically killed her. So that's kind of the whole plot. Like, she's going to solve her own murder in those 7 days before she dies. Hopefully she doesn't die. I feel like that's crazy if she actually dies at the end, but I don't know. But this is the book I'm starting. I did get this paperback copy of it, not knowing that it was in large print. I don't know how far I'm gonna get into it, but we'll see how far. I'm gonna lay down in this bed and sit here with this book. I might start the book physically and then switch to my Kindle. Good morning, everyone. It's the next day, and I had started this book last night. I didn't get too far into it. I think I'm like literally 15 pages in, and then I zonked out. But I do want to read some more today, but I also am in the mood to color, and this book is on Spotify. So I'm gonna listen to some of it while I'm coloring, and then once I feel like I'm done coloring, I will then go back to reading the physical. But for right now, I want to color for a little bit and like not sit here with this book on my face all day, because yesterday I did that. I read all day, and I still want to read. I just want to listen to it. So that's what I'm gonna do. But like I said, not too far. I really don't have any thoughts. Like I said, I'm 15 pages in. I don't even think I made it past the first chapter. I haven't. Those are the updates so far. Get into listening to this.
Sunday, November 2nd.
Hello, I want to say good morning because I literally just woke up from a nap and I never take naps. But it was that audiobook. Like I was sitting there and then I ran out of storage on my SD card and then I just got in my bed because I was like, okay, like I don't even feel like getting my other SD card right now. So I just laid in my bed and the next thing you know, I was sleeping. But I did pause it ahead of time. I think I'm at chapter 11 now. So since I'm out of storage on that SD card, I think I'm gonna sit here for a little bit, edit some of the footage from this video and listen to this audiobook for a little bit because I do have to work tomorrow. But it's fine. I'm thankful for having an extended weekend, a little mini break, I'm calling it, because we didn't have school Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, which is like the brunt of the week. And we're going on a 2-hour delay tomorrow, so that's also perfect. I can wake up early, have a nice slow morning, and then be about my day. I don't have to be there until 11. So that's super nice. Hello, I don't remember the last time I updated you guys. I feel like it was right before I was gonna start editing a video. And I did start editing this video specifically. I started editing it and I was listening to the audiobook at first, but then I was like, I can't do both of these at the same time. So I stopped listening to the audiobook and kept on working on the video. But right now I'm on chapter 20. I just started chapter 20 on the audio and I was sitting here playing Block Blast. I don't know why I just screamed that while listening to it, but I think I'm ready to put the phone down. And my Kindle was also charging this whole time and it had died, which says no one ever, but mine was on 10%. Now she's on 81, so I'm gonna take her off the charger. I honestly, you guys, like I was going to DNF this book for right now, like a soft DNF, because I was like, I don't feel like reading this. But then I was like listening to it and then I can tell like the book is starting to speed up. I'm like, okay, I wanna switch to the Kindle so I can be really invested in the thriller aspect of it. Like I can't really dive too deeply into the story without spoiling anything because she's just trying to investigate who killed her and she has people in her mind of who she thinks could have killed her, but she doesn't know for sure like if they are the one who has attacked her, which is going to lead to her death. But what I will say is that this book, like I'm not just saying this because it's by Holly Jackson, but it really is reminding me so much of Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Like our main character reminds me of an adult Pip so much. The guy Billy in this book is reminding me so much of Ravi, and since they're both like trying to solve a case, it's just reminding me so much of it. Now maybe other people don't have that same thought process, but that's what I'm thinking about. Like while I'm reading this, I'm like, this is Pip and this is Ravi. Like that's what it feels like, an adult version. You just have to read it. If you read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and you're interested in reading this, I feel like most people will probably feel similarities between this one and that. Like it just feels so similar, but maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it's not that as similar as it feels to me, but it does feel super similar. And I feel like her writing doesn't feel too different. Like I feel like the only thing that's different is that there's a lot of cussing in it, but other than that, like nothing feels more like different about the YA to adult. It just feels like they are adults. But I do have my theories on who I think killed her, but I don't know because I'm not really that good at guessing plot twists unless they're like in my face. But I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna keep reading it like I said and I'll update you on my thoughts. It is almost 10 o'clock, so this is typically the time I hit the hay for the night, so I might not be up for much longer tonight. Who knows? But I know that I do want to read some more.
11. He laid them on the floor.
As you guys probably just saw, I just finished the audiobook for Not Quite Dead Yet. I'm so tired too, like I'm exhausted. I think I'm about to go to sleep. It's like 10 o'clock right now, so I'm like about to hit the hay like right now. But the book let me sit up because I'm about to fall asleep. But the book, my thoughts and ratings and all of that stuff, I feel like, I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought the story was fast-paced. I would recommend it. I enjoyed the idea of like the story and like I just thought it was an interesting plot. However, I do think the plot twist was predictable for me, and the reason why is because as we're reading the book, like there's obviously the plot twist, there's so many moving parts in it, so I didn't guess all of it, but like the main part of it I had guessed, and I had guessed 2 people, and at first like there's like things start to unravel like in the second to last chapter, I believe. I don't know if it's like predictable in the way of like anybody would guess it, or if it was just predictable to me. Like it's not like I went into the book guessing that. It did take me a little bit, but it was like, I don't know. But overall, I'm gonna give the book a 3.5 stars. I thought it was good. The reason why it's not like a 4 or 5 is just because I do feel like it was really similar to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which I talked about that earlier today. But yeah, I don't know what else to talk about because I'm literally so tired. Like I think I could fall asleep right now. So I'm gonna stop talking and get ready for bed to go to sleep. But the next book that we'll be reading, probably starting tomorrow, because there's no way I'm staying up tonight. Actually, I'll just tell you tomorrow. But yeah, 3.5 stars. I thought it was good, and I would recommend. Hello? Please excuse my bonnet. Like I have a bun on underneath my hair, underneath this, so it's cone head right now, but it is what it is. I'm starting The Best Worst Thing. I have heard nothing but good things about this book. I think it's on KU as well, which is perfect. Actually, I don't know for sure if it's on KU. I should check before I start saying stuff. But The Best Worst Thing, I don't really know a lot about this book, but I think it's a romance book, a character-driven romance book. That's what everyone says, since everyone wants to be so literal, about a woman. She's like in a relationship with someone. I think she's married. Oh yeah, she's married. So she's married, and then she's trying to conceive. She's having a hard time conceiving. So then they do like IVF. On the day she finds out that she's pregnant, finally, she also finds out that her husband has been cheating on her. And then the story kind of starts from there. Every time anyone talks about the guy in this book, they say that he is the epitome of a golden retriever, which is not typically my favorite trope. Like I like the guys that are like super flirty and have a lot of banter, but golden retriever might be a little too silly for me. I don't know, but this is the book I'll be starting. I do have great news for you guys. I did win the Ticketmaster War, and I got tickets to see Harry for October 23rd. So that's so freaking exciting. I'm so excited. But yeah, let's get into the book. Best Worst Thing. Okay, everyone, I didn't update everyone. Like, I'm talking like I'm a real teacher. Excuse that light. I'm sure that's probably really annoying, but I didn't update you guys last night on my whereabouts in The Best Worst Thing. I am 51 pages in, 14%, not very far at all. So far, enjoying it. I do plan on reading a lot more today, but I don't know how much I'm gonna get of this. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna get read today, because I do want to read like 100 pages today. Like I feel like I want to do that, but I do also want to wash my hair because I have an Ulta bag back there. And I'm going to show you what I got. Let's go get, honestly, stuff that I got is kind of just refilling empties, but I did also get some other things that are new. So what I'm refilling is this. This is the Amika Hydro Rush, which shampoo. I use Amika shampoo and conditioner on my hair, but I didn't get a conditioner because I still have 2 conditioners from Amika that I have not used all of yet. I typically use the shampoo that goes with the repair line, or I have just the basic one. That's the Normcore one, but I don't love the shampoo for this one. So I don't even love this conditioner really. I really love the repair. But at Ulta, they don't have the repair line there. They only have like this one and the normal one. And they have like some other ones like volume and all that stuff. But I just decided to go with the Hydro Rush because I did try a sample of this one and it was fine. Like I liked it. Fine enough. Amika has this specific smell and I don't know if I like it or not, but I do love their products. So I continuously buy them. But this, I am almost out of this conditioner. So whenever I'm out of this, I will purchase probably the matching one to this one, but this is the one that I got. And on top of that, but you could also probably use this as a conditioner as well. I don't know how people do hair masks really, but I don't know how people do these, but I think people do use them as like conditioners. I typically like wash, put this on, leave it on for a little bit, rinse it out, and then do conditioner after. I don't know, maybe I might be doing too much. But I haven't tried this mask, but I have tried a lot of their other masks, like the repair mask and the Normcore mask. I think that's what it's called. But I wanted to try this one because I do really like that shampoo from when I used it. And the conditioner. I think I had a conditioner too. Oh, I actually still have the conditioner. So we might use this actually. Use the whole little shebang, the whole line. And then I also got 2 other products because it was buy one, get one free. So I got the Shield Anti-Humidity Spray, which to my knowledge, this is like a dry heat protectant. So you can use this on your dry hair. And if you're like styling your dry hair with heat, you can spray this on your hair and then it will like be a heat protectant. And then I also got the extended clean dry shampoo because I want to see how this will work. That is the stuff I got from Ulta. Nothing else, just some hair stuff. You're probably wondering how many times am I gonna update you from this spot. Get used to seeing this spot because this is my new favorite spot to film because I'm in my bed. I think I updated you guys yesterday and then didn't proceed to show you me reading or didn't proceed to read at all. So tonight we are actually going to read. Like I said I was going to yesterday. I did read 18 pages yesterday, but I'm gonna read some more tonight. I honestly might switch to physical copy, but thoughts, I guess I can give you some thoughts from my update from the last time I talked to you. I don't really have many thoughts. I feel like the story is moving pretty quickly. I do really feel for our main character, and there was a quote this morning that had like lit me up. Like I was like, wow. Should I read the quote? I kind of hate when people do that because I think it's like kind of spoilery, but I might be one of those people who do that because I'm hypocritical. I'm gonna read you the quote, which I really, like I said, I hate when people do this, but I'm going to be that person and do it because I'm just hypocritical. It says, she was a perfect patient again. A name on a schedule, a number to bill. This was her entire life, and to everyone else, she was just another hysterical woman. Crazy for wanting a baby, crazy for wanting a husband who could love her all the way, crazy for wanting the 2 very things the world had told her for over 3 decades now would make her life whole. I don't know, something about it was like, yeah, like I also am in a phase of life where I just don't like men. I just don't like the way men move and like their behavior. So reading that kind of just fueled that feeling inside of me of like why I do not like that species. But I just can't turn it off. Like I can't turn it off. I am enjoying the book right now. I feel like the book is moving pretty quickly. I think the story and like what's happening is moving very fast. I will say that I don't have any qualms with the book yet, but I can kind of see where I could. So I'm hoping that whatever I think is going to happen does not happen, because if it does, I think it will kind of make the story fall flat for me. The way the story is moving, it's kind of moving a little too quickly. And I don't know how I don't know. I really don't know where things are headed, so I really can't say that. Like what I think is, I can't really talk too much about that, I guess. Anywho, let's get into reading the best worst thing. Hello, it's me again in this exact same spot talking about this book again. I didn't update you last night after I read, but I did get further in. I said I wanted to get 150 pages in and I got 145 pages in. So I feel like that's close enough. Thoughts on this book? I am actually really enjoying it right now. I'm enjoying the pacing a lot. I think in the last clip I was saying like if this book did something that there was something I was thinking of, like if this book did that, I think I wouldn't like it, and it didn't. So like I'm happy that it didn't, because I was feeling like it was going to be insta-lovey. Like I was like, oh my gosh, like it doesn't make sense for like the story I mean everybody does things differently, like granted everybody moves differently, but like to me I just felt like it wouldn't make sense for our FMC to like move on so quickly, and that's what it was kind of giving. But I feel like now things are starting to make sense, and like I feel like even if she were to move on quickly, like it would make sense for the story. Like I feel like what's been happening to her and like what she's going through is so traumatic. I mean honestly, if it was me, like I don't think I could ever trust a man ever again in my life. Like I think that would send me right over to just hating men forever and being single. But besides the point, I am enjoying it a lot. I want to keep reading it tonight. Like I said, I really want to finish it tomorrow and then get this video up for you all, but I do want to read some more tonight. But this book is like reminding me of the song. I've been obsessed with the song Spring into Summer by Lizzie McAlpine. I've always liked this song since it came out, but like recently, I think it's because we're in the winter months and she's like, spring into summer and the winter's gone. Don't judge me singing. Anyway, this song is reminding me of this book. Like, specifically, somebody finds me in the state I am. Love you like I mean it when I know I can't. Like, hello? So if you want a book that's like this, I'm not even showing it anymore. If you want a book that's like this song, I recommend. Oh my gosh, now it's making me think of them so bad. I'm gonna have to listen to the song.
Dance me cool to the touch. Nobody knows what it's like to be us. I'm always forever running back to you.
Okay, anywho, I'm gonna get back to reading this book and try not to keep thinking about the song because I want to listen to it again. Should I listen to it again? This is my friend Titan. He's 10. No, he's not. He's 9, but he'll be 10 next week. I wanted to give you an update on the best worst thing, my progress, my thoughts, all that stuff. And Titan's gonna watch because he is nosy. But I'm currently on page 281, 70% through the book. I really want to finish it today. So far, I'm so enjoying it so much. I love Logan so much. He is so sweet. And it's like when people were calling him golden retriever, like he had golden retriever energy, I was like, okay, like what does that even mean? Because when I think of golden retriever, I kind of think like kind of quirky, a little like, I don't know what I think, but I guess this might be the definition that everyone is talking about. I don't know. I'm just enjoying the story. Like, I really can't even think of what I wanted to say. But the story is going rather quickly. I feel like every time I pick the book up, like I don't just read a little bit. Well, actually, that's a lie. Because you probably see me only read a little bit. But like, that was at the beginning of the book. Once you get like over like 50 pages in, it's kind of like too hard to like not be hooked into the story. I do feel like for this book specifically, like it is a romance, but it does tackle like serious topics. So I think going into it, like, I guess there is a trigger warning at the beginning of the book about what our FMC is going through in her life while trying to have a baby, and I think that it's honestly really sad. Like reading about how badly she wants it and how she can't have it, like it's super sad. I don't know what my rating will be. I guess it just depends on whatever this book ends at, but I'm obsessed with Logan. Obsessed with Logan. And like I also like about this book is that you get a little bit of their past, which their past isn't super crazy because they just work together and she was married at the time, so nothing crazy happened. But you're like, you can see where like there was like something there for them. But I'm gonna sit here and read with my friend. We have a new dog unlocked. She's scared of tripods. So she probably won't stay over here for long. But things are getting crazy. Hello. I have not talked to you in some hours. I feel like I sat here, finished. I like love to just sit and binge. I love to do that, but I sat here, finished The Best Worst Thing, and I already know my rating for this book, and I'm actually also going to end out this video, but I do want to talk about this book a little bit further. I think I already explained the overall description of this book about a woman named Nicole, and she's married and she's been trying to have a baby for so long, and then she finds out one day that her husband is cheating on her. And as she finds this out, the next day she finds out that her surrogate is pregnant. So that's kind of like where the story like starts off. And there's also like a guy, Logan, who is from her past. They work together, never had like a relationship, but you do get those chapters. You do get like snippets of what their work relationship was like and how they did have a little bit of chemistry. I feel like the book is so human, so real. I feel like this is like the exact type of romance that I love, where like our main characters actually have a life outside of whatever their romance is, and things aren't perfect in their life. They're human, they make mistakes, they say things they shouldn't say. Like, I feel like our FMC had her flaws, and I feel like she got checked by her friends a lot, and I feel like that's real life. Like, that's just what happens. Like, not everything is cookie cutter perfect, and I think our main character, also had to grapple with that as well. But besides all of that, I know my rating on this book, I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I thought it was a 5-star as I was reading it. I was like, is this a 5-star? Like another 5-star that I have? In the first 2 months of the year, like I've already had 3. I mean, I've already had 2, so I was like, is this gonna be the third one? But I think I'm gonna settle on a 4.5. Granted, this book could end up getting bumped up to a 5 at some point if I like think about these characters a lot, and like I love them and I had so much fun reading it, but I don't know. I just didn't really have that 5-star feeling. But you know how like when you read a book and you don't give it 5 stars, and then a little bit later you're kind of like, I think about these characters like almost every other day. So how is it not a 5-star? Highly recommended. I feel like I read it at the perfect time. Like, it's the romance month. Like, it's the month of love and like romance and all that stuff. And I just feel like it's just the perfect read if you want to read some romance and you don't want it to be super cheesy or cliche. Like, I feel like this is the perfect book, which now leads me to talking about all the books that I read in this video. I think the first book you saw me read was The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig, which I did rate 4.5 stars. Really enjoyed the story, loved it so much. Can't wait until the second book. I think it comes out later this year, and I'm counting down the days to get my hands on it. And I also want to read her other duology, The Shepherd King's duology. I'm so excited to read that and read more of her writing, and just to see like if she's gonna be one of my favorite romantasy authors. Like, I feel like I really enjoyed this a lot. The tension was great, the story was great, everything about it was great. Like, I really enjoyed it. So that was the first book you saw me read. And then the second book you saw me read was Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. This book I had my qualms with. I felt like it was just a little too similar to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I gave this book a 3.5. I did enjoy it, and I would recommend it if you were looking for a fast-paced thriller book. I would not recommend the audiobook for this though. Like, I think the audiobook is so cringe. I listened to most of this book audio, which might be one of the reasons why it's not rated that highly. And it also doesn't feel like this is an adult thriller. It kind of feels like it is YA with characters that are 27 years old and they swear. So I don't know. I don't really know what makes a book YA and adult. Like, I don't know, like, is there like a difference in like the way they write? Like, do they write more explicitly? I really don't even know, but I just feel like this wasn't to what I thought it was going to be. And then the third book I read was The Best Worst Thing, and now the title of this book is making so much sense. You heard me just rant and rave about this. Loved it. 4.5. So overall, I feel like this vlog, it had a good run. Like, I feel like these books that I read were overall pretty good. Like, there's nothing about these books that I'm like, I hate it. I mean, there is. When I think about this book, I do, like, I don't hate it, but there's some things about it that I would change. But I'm so excited to start the next video for you guys, to have another reading vlog go out. But this is the first one on this channel, so we started off strong. Hopefully these reading vlogs, always I find good 5-star or close to 5-star books, because this was fun. It actually was fun doing it because I found some good books. I have a whole TBR of books to get to. Plus, if you watch my TBR jar video, I have a whole TBR that I also need to get to this month. So, and it's already the second week of the month. So yeah, we have lots and lots of work to do, but I'm excited nonetheless, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. I hope you enjoyed it. It might be a little chaotic because, like I said, this is my first reading vlog, and I'm still trying to get in the hang of all of this stuff, but I'm excited to see you next. I don't know. I guess I'll just see you in my next video. I need to just stop talking in the club. I'll just see you in my next video. Bye.